Hello and welcome back. The next match is between Flipper and Wien. Flipper is in blue, and let me present the team to you. Wearing number 1 for Flipper, Henrik Kuss. Number 2, Simon Schaefer. Number 4, Tor Hammer Nielsen. Number 7, Martin Schildgaard. Number 8, Jakob Lapp. Number 9, Søren Nielsen. Number 20, Tim Jensen. Number 23, Richard Grove. Number 28, Bastian Davidson. Number 37, Andreas Antonsson Kies. Number 39, Jørn Kristoffersen. And number 71, Claude Larson. We only read the starting 12 players, so the substitutes could come into the match. You should go and read the online summaries of the list of the team players. On the other side of the pool in white for Vienna, wearing number 3, Andreas Tansman. Number 4, Jan Kinderman. Number 5, Matthias Wurm. Number 8, Manuel Gassner. Number 9, Juan Erazo. Number 10, Thomas Schenkeli. And the captain, wearing number 13, Peter Kausgruber. Number 15, Andreas Schneiderbauer. Number 16, Andreas Juppmann. Number 17, Martin Meskis. Number 19, Hannes Hoffmann. And number 20, Stefan Nuncic. There we see Peter Kausgruber. The referees in this match, on deck, Rafael Tito de Moras, and underwater Kaiser Lindman and Jyrki Muta. Match is about to start, and I just had a quick interview with 2 police and players. Tess Blenert and Marcel Zoll, both goalies. And what happened in this last match is that Malsch, which has a lot of very experienced players, they played some mind games with Policen. So Jens Dingle, he said that twice during the match, all he did was just okay, all that he had to do was just tickle Tess Blenner on the arm a couple times, and then she just left the basket. At first I thought he meant that she was too light and he could just knock her off, but no, he deceived her. And they did it once with Marcel Zoll. Marcel Zoll is a German international. He lives in Sweden, but he's German, and they were having this conversation in German, and the Malsch players were clearly having fun. It was a bit of a joke that they got the win, and they got few of the goals by deceit and trickery.
10 seconds.
So, but Teresa was smiling. She says that it's her fault. She knows that she should always make eye contact before she makes the exchange. There we are. We're off at the start of this match here between who have we? Flipper and Vienna, and it will be very interesting to see if Vienna can hold. I would say they need to hold the score differential to 3. That would be a good result for them, and a bad result would be for it to go up to 8, 9, 10. And can they score a goal? That's another question. So right now Vienna's got the ball, but they've lost it, and Flipper's trying to drive it through, but the quick passes are not working. Didn't work for them. And now at last, now we see Mickey Rasmussen going over, I think it was, and there's the pressure. Vienna's defense is in place. They don't yet have the jerseys, but they will, and Flipper also has got to buy jerseys, so it'll be easier for you to recognize the players. Otherwise, I have to sort of guess or glance at the number. Every time I look at the number and then look down at the player list to check, then I can't watch the action, so it disturbs commentating. It's much easier if they've got a jersey with their name on it, then you know who it is, right? So it took quite a few years to get that information over to people. Maybe I'll be joined by. Are you going to join here in the booth? Okay. Robert Glock, the international referee, is going to take a break from. He's not reffing right now, so he can be a commentator. Hand Robert the microphone. Welcome back, Robert.
Hi.
So this match here, I went out and I predict that a good result for Vienna would be a 3-goal differential. If they lose 3-0 or 5-2, something like that, I think that would be what they could hope for as a good performance. A bad performance would be 8-0 or 9-0. What do you think?
Well, it's always good to win, and it's not good to lose.
But do you think that Vienna can win?
Well, to be honest, I don't think so. But as I mentioned yesterday, we had a lot of good moves, and we play much better than last year.
Yeah.
And so we'll see.
Holding.
So free throw in favor of Vienna, and they take the ball going to the bottom. Is that Peter Kalsgruber there?
Yeah.
And Peter's
coming to.
Yeah.
Jan.
And Kinderman.
Yeah.
So you can tell us the players, you recognize them. You've played a lot with them. You see them in the water. You know how they look, their silhouette, their movements, everything.
How they move, how they act, yeah. And the body shape.
Yes, it's easier. You have to build up a memory of this. Yeah.
At the goal.
Yeah.
But he lost the ball.
So headed up to the corner, and then a long pass down. Quite beautiful and perfect hit there. So we have the Danish club flipper over on the right side. The player there, he makes it look effortless, like he doesn't need air. He's just hanging there. Actually, he maybe wants to breathe, but feels it's good for the team to, and he's calm. He's not letting his heart go up there. Pass down and out to the center. They've got a player down by the basket, but it can't reach him. So it's a 1-on-2 situation. And the player in a very good position there. It's great if you take a position by the basket, but if you can't get the ball there, then it's a wasted player.
Yeah, wasted player. That's right. Yeah.
I think that's one sign of inexperienced players, that they go there and they hope and they wait. But an experienced player says, no, this is not working. I have to come out. I have to go do something else. So now Vienna has it. They pass down to the back. Who is that coming there?
It's Matthias Wim.
Matthias Wim. They work over. He's got the screen. Andreas
Andreas Tanzmann.
Tanzmann, yeah. Oh,
He just. Yeah. Well, it was a.
Oh, there's no goalie. It's a chance to score. Oh, that was so close there.
They were a little bit confused, losing the ball. They didn't see the ball, actually.
So things are going pretty well for Vienna in this game so far, don't you think? Oh, the goalie's off the basket, but Vienna has managed to take the ball, headed across the top. Who is that there on the top there? Peter Kalsgruber
Your
again.
favorite player, and now it's Jan Kinderman again, and this should be
was an opportunity.
Be a goal. Yeah.
Well,
he was in a good position.
He had a good chance.
Yeah.
And he's a big guy. Halt to the action.
Holding. White free throw.
White. So Vienna has the ball again. They can set something up.
Andreas Jufman is now having the ball. Handing over to Matthias Wim.
Could that have been an advantage call there to not stop play because Vienna had the ball, or was it good for Vienna to have this free throw?
Well, you can tell, if Vienna's having the ball, it could be good. I think it's always good for a defending team because they are able to set the goalkeeper, to set the defender, to do their cycles.
But Vienna coming in from above, fighting. And is that Kalsgruber again?
No.
No. Who is it?
It's Tanzmann.
Tanzmann who has the ball. And they float up to the surface, and it's a little bit of the beta style here. Go in, make a move, come up and fight. But I don't think that's necessarily good for Vienna to be in this kind of...
Ball is moving out.
Yeah. It was out of bounds.
Should be for Vienna. That's right.
Yes. Good call there by Kajsa Lindman.
Yeah. She's good.
She's
really
good. She's experienced. She played her first international match at the age of 16.
The right position, please.
She's a real veteran. She's seen a lot of underwater rugby. So this whistle is really loud in the headphones here. Now Vienna in the Hannes Hoffmann there, and
it was too far,
Yeah.
He should have make a move towards the player lying the goal, and it was too far. The distance was too far. The ball really got stopped and didn't reach. It's again Jan Kinderman struggling in the edge. Now Andreas Schneiderbauer is having the ball. Looking for somebody coming.
So this is a good warm-up for Champions Cup for...
It's a perfect warm-up for a Champions Cup.
Yeah. So Vienna on the surface in the corner, playing control underwater rugby. Pass over to the right side. It's an opportunity, but the ball's dropped. It was a good play. It just didn't work out. The ball ended up in the wrong hands. He kicked the ball to himself. Nice play.
Andreas Schneiderbauer, yeah.
And he goes down. They come in from the right side.
So Andreas Schneiderbauer is one of the most experienced players at the Vienna team.
surface fight. And Vienna recovers the ball on the bottom. And a long pass out and scooped up by Flipper. The Flipper player is under pressure. Now he's got 2 players on it. Oh,
Out. Side out.
well, but still
Attacking
better.
equipment.
Oh,
Blue
attack.
free throw.
No, Andreas had the ball at last. So
So that was
free
an
throw
attack.
for the blue team.
Yeah, attack on equipment. It wasn't out of bounds. That was not the call. I can hear what they're saying. You can't hear it.
Okay.
So
Distance. Take distance.
Tito
Blue
de
white
Moraes
team, 2 meters distance.
requests that the players
Yeah.
give 2 meters to the
Yeah.
player putting the ball into action. He passes behind his back in a handoff, really, and Flipper goes down, and there's good opposition, a well-formed structure to the Vienna defense there. He tries to come in, caught by the forward, forced to pass it away. Now Flipper has a player jammed in there to interfere with the defense. They're unable to capitalize on it, and Vienna steals the
Now
ball.
Peter. Yeah, Peter is.
Yeah,
He wants to go. The thing is with the free throw that the players think whenever the referee is whistling the bell that they are allowed to attack, but this is not the case. They are just allowed to attack when the player is passing the ball. So sometimes if he's not passing immediately with the signal and he's just turning around, other players attacking. So this is not okay.
no,
Then you have to stop the game again. And they do not know why, because they think they heard the bell and they can go.
yeah, 3 seconds. But can they move in the direction of the player with the ball? They just cannot make contact.
They can move, but they are not allowed to attack.
There,
Because
very good effort here by
the signal just tells you now the player got 3 seconds to do it. But as long he hasn't done, it's not, actually the game is not on.
yeah. But the 2 meters can be closed
free throw.
immediately after the buzzer. You cannot move.
No, you can move, but you're not allowed to attack. You still have to have the 2 meters.
You have to have 2 meters until the first pass.
Exactly. You're not allowed to come closer. You're not allowed to attack. And if you come closer than 2 meters, you attack.
Well, that's okay. So basically, most of the underwater rugby being played is not following the rules, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, I think
Same
it's
here.
important.
Same here. We had it in several cases.
We should bring it up. It should be brought up.
Well, I took yesterday. I took both captains of a team in the middle and told them. And
Yeah, I heard
after
that.
I
I heard
did,
it, yeah.
it was perfectly all right.
Yeah. So there are
You have to
around.
do this from time to time, and they.
I think it was good,
follow up.
very good. We should have a discussion about that. Should be an article about it. I mean, the players, they put up the fingers like this, two. We're at the 2 meters, you know. So they signal to the referee for help in this case. I think the players have to do that. They have to stop. They have to say, that person's swimming towards me, and then they say.
Yeah, but the referee is going to see this.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, so far the results for Vienna have been, I would say, excellent, because Vienna is matching Flipper in ball possession, and they just stole it. They're playing aggressively. So Flipper,
now Peter again.
yeah. So
And oops, Andreas Schneiderbauer.
Schneiderbauer, yeah. Thomas Schenkel is injured.
A little bit, but he will still play the second half.
Yeah. So this is really good for Vienna. Scoreless, and Vienna could have scored. They had better opportunities than Flipper so far, I would say.
Well, if you say.
I think
That's
so.
good.
But they haven't been able to knock the goalie off. They have butted the goalie, but not been able to clear the goalie off and score.
Okay.
But it's a percentage game, isn't it? Really, if you have many opportunities, sooner or later one of them is going to work.
Yeah.
Okay, flipper on the bottom, held by a player who's sucking him deeper in, but he manages to get the pass off over in the corner. Now, it's a tough attack now on Vienna, and a score. Well, here we could see that Flipper was able to put a player down along the basket and block all the space that the back should have, and that was the beginning of a big problem.
Holding the goal. No goal.
No goal.
Holding on to the basket. White free throw.
Okay.
White timeout. Timeout for the white team.
So the goal is disallowed because the player who scored was holding on to the basket. We couldn't see that, Robert, could we?
Grabbing the basket.
No. Because there was a player right in front of us. You see one. This one guy. He also had his feet in the basket. Yeah? To keep himself. You see, he's turning the feet into the basket. Turning the feet into the basket.
Yeah.
To keep himself there.
Yeah. His knee.
So which is
Yeah.
no goal.
Yeah. So there was a good call from the referee, and obviously the stomach muscles of a player combined with the knee, that creates a lot of pressure to hold on to the basket.
Absolutely. And this is what they're trying to do.
So Vienna still has a 0-0 tieless game to work with, and the amount of time remaining in this first half is what can't be too much now.
But this is what I told you yesterday. So we had a lot of trainings, and I saw yesterday that they played a little bit different against Molde. Even Molde is not, I think, not in that shape they were been last time. But Vienna is doing real good so far.
Yeah, this was interesting. This should be shown on YouTube. Yeah.
First of all, he was lifting him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was lifting him with his knee. Yeah, and having knocked the ball.
Yeah.
So that's just unfair.
There's Patrick Halsgruber discussing the game with Jyrki Mutta.
Yeah. Probably the Flipper are challenging the situation.
It seems. Is it a challenge?
Yeah. Whenever they look on the white screen.
Referee replay challenge.
Yeah.
We're out of the loop here, I'm afraid.
No, they have to go back more. Yeah. Now you will see. Now you will see the knee lifting. You see the knee lifting up. You see exactly how he lifts up the goalkeeper.
Yes.
And then put himself with his knee and feet inside. It was that much. It was that strong that he himself got into the basket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is absolutely clear. No goal.
Okay, there's a discussion here. We guess that the decision is going to be upheld. We think that it's consistent with what we saw. I think so.
I hope so.
I'm going to get a quick drink of water. I ate dinner with the referees last night. You weren't there, Robert, but three of the referees went out for a kebab, and we talked about what's happening. And one of the things that we haven't been able to do 100% is to keep to the schedule, the playing schedule. And this is important for the fans and for the players and everybody. But sometimes we do have technical issues that we have to deal with, and it delays the games. So we could be better at it, though.
Reviewing the situation, the video evidence is not conclusive. They can't be seen whether the offense as described by the referee is actually taking place or occurring in that way, so we'll have to go with the referee's decision. No goal.
No goal.
White free throw. Challenge
That's good
dismissed.
decision. No goal.
Yes, I agree. That was a good decision. I don't think that Rafael.
Challenge dismissed.
I don't think that Rafael stated it in the right way exactly.
Well, it depends whatever Flipper told him to look at, because if Flipper is telling, well, it was a goal because of, and then the referee has straight to look at this point.
Yeah. But anyway, the decision was correct. I'm just the only thing I'm saying is that it was difficult to understand what the reasoning was, and it must have been complicated. And as you point out, we don't know exactly what was said.
I think Flipper was telling that the goalkeeper was grabbing the basket.
Yeah.
So this is what they are showing, and they wanted to have a penalty.
Oh, okay, I understand what you're saying.
This is what I thought. What was the case and what they were looking at.
In other words, that if Flipper was breaking the rules by
Peter again.
Yeah.
Now what? What's up?
I understand that. So you
Holding.
suppose that
Blue free throw.
they were saying that there was a reason that he had to cheat, and that was because the goalkeeper was cheating to begin with.
No, this is what Flipper
We are guessing. It's
claiming.
Yes. All right. Now, did you follow that, fans out there? That Robert Glock, who's referee, he's supposing, and I think it's logical, that holding the basket, because it's funny because the initial call was that holding the basket, but we didn't know who was holding the basket. It's not allowed for the offensive player or the defensive player. No one is allowed to hold the basket.
Yeah, the question is why he tries to hold himself on the basket. Probably because he was lifted from the other player without the ball.
Yes.
So this would have been my call immediately. Because this is really unfair.
Yeah, so
because the goalkeeper is concentrating on the ball. The ball probably is in the corner. Yeah. And sometimes from the back, somebody's lifting you.
Yeah.
You don't see him. Yeah. And if you feel it, it's too late. You're out. And if the referee is not looking at it, you're out.
Yes.
You're away.
Holding, free throw in favor of Vienna. So 1 minute 36 seconds left in the first half here. Scoreless. Vienna is playing great. They're doing really well, and it would be an upset if they could, even if they could tie. I think that would.
Matthias Wurm is now having the ball.
Yeah.
Jan Kinderman did a good job before. He saved the ball again.
So Vienna's really taking the ball in to mix it up with the flipper players on the bottom there, and not afraid of contact and doing this kind of work to break the defense down. They're doing it now. Surface scrum.
1 minute.
1 minute left. This is only good for Vienna, really. So time will run out, and they will get to the halftime 0-0 and can think about winning this game. They need to score, and Flipper is unable even to get the ball away now. At last,
it's always number 4, you know.
Tor
Rasmussen.
Oh, it's a Tor. Yeah, Tor is a surface fighter, and he's very strong. So
yeah. I think he's just going to the fitness center to train his muscles to hold to keep the ball. But in the other games, I saw him very much more attacking. Yeah. So in this game, it seems not that he's that
concentrated,
aggressive, that dangerous on our goal.
Yeah. So that's the first half there. 0-0, the players switch sides. And
well, and if you ask me again, I think that's a good result so far.
Yes, I agree.
Half time.
It's really good. So I would take a. You can talk if you want. I would take a break now during the halftime. Okay. We'll be back soon. Yeah, it's so long the day. I need I need the breaks.
Teams, get ready. Referees, get ready as well. Ten seconds. Penalty throw for the blue team. Penalty throw for the blue team. No. I need one defender only. One defender. The white team has requested a video replay, so we're gonna have video replay challenge.
All right. Did I miss a few seconds of the second half here?
Well, they started already.
And what can you give a little summary? Where are we?
What you missed, very hard attack from Flipper, and it seems like got a penalty. The referee saw lifting back or pressing the goalkeeper into the goal.
Who was doing the pressing?
Number.
No, I mean, was it their own team or?
It was Vienna, but it could be that this goalkeeper is always having his hands in the bag.
Okay, here.
And you see, he's always having the hands there, but I think he's not really pressing. You see?
You're pressing the wall.
Yeah.
No, he's not pressing. I
Yeah,
can't
but
see it.
you know, this player is claiming
Yeah.
that he did.
He could have been pressing with his other hand on the other side, but we can't see it. No.
We can see that.
No. Who is the goalie?
It's Jan Kinderman.
Jan Kinderman. He's holding his own head, as far as I can see.
Yeah, he's always having his hands
Ah,
in the
okay.
back on his head. Yeah. It could be that he probably pressed, but I don't know. Normally, he's a very fair player.
I was speaking with one of the police and players, Tess Leonard, and she said that it will be interesting to see if Flipper gets frustrated by not having scored and that they fall apart. So that's an underwater rugby player's view of the situation. And it's a good question. And now Flipper is using up one of their complaints. We've never seen this before. This is the first time in the history of the Euroleague that there have been so many protests and video reviews. It's quite new. Everything's new for the players to think like this.
Yeah. You see, whenever he's close, he's not really using his hands because the right hand you saw is a little bit above, and the hands are moving. As long as the hands are moving, they do not do a power or pressure against the wall.
I didn't see the.
After the video review has taken place, the decision is that the referee's decision stands. There's a penalty throw for the blue team.
All right. Well, not every call is going to be seen by everybody the same way, and Vienna just have to live with this. This is what happened. So Mickey Rasmussen is taking this goal. He's coming in. He's going in, trying to get under the bottom, and is a Kinderman on the goal, and
yes.
So
goal for the blue team, scored by number 4.
So Rasmussen, he's a very self-confident player, and oh no, that's Tor.
That's Tor.
Yeah, that's Tor. So Tor scored that rather easily. He's a big, strong guy. It's no problem for him to. Oh, I see what Kinderman is protesting. That he put his hand on his head.
Actually, on the mask, so this is not okay.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
There's a grip on the mask, so this is a fault.
Yeah. So they could protest now.
Yeah, they should.
But they didn't. So the action resumes, and it's 1-0 in favor of Flipper. And I'm sure that the Vienna players will look back upon this and feel that the officiating was not on their side. In two instances here. The first being the original call that led to the penalty, and then the actual penalty itself. But I have to say that having watched penalty shots at the international level in World Championships and in Euroleague and stuff, to be honest, it happens so quickly that the referees, they don't call obvious infractions, and it could be grabbing the suit, it could be pulling the mask off. Why it's not called, I can't explain. But it's hard for the referee to say, no, that's not a goal. It's hard. Now it's Mickey Rasmussen, and he goes up to the surface, passes down. Flipper has a 1-0 lead with a little over 12 minutes remaining in the game, and it's been a good game for Vienna, very positive, I think, regardless, especially if they can keep it like this, 1-0, or get a goal back, as long as they don't psychologically implode after being disappointed by what's happened. Are you leaving? Okay, so Robert is taking a break, and he'll be back soon, I think. Right now, we have Flipper pushing on Vienna, but Vienna takes the ball back, and clearing is going to be difficult, but that was a good combination there, and Hannes Hoffmann passes over to the center. Vienna's worked all the way over to the basket. Nice moves there. The ball is taken, though, by Flipper, and they head slowly out into the middle, and maybe it was Claude Larson. He put his hand on the other player's mask briefly, which certainly distracted him. And now Flipper's got a good angle, and they're coming over from the left on the other side. It could be a score here. The ball is batted out, and the goalie comes off.
Teams separate. Teams separate.
The teams have, the deck referee Rafael Tito Morris has ordered the teams to go to their sides of the pool, and there's going to be a discussion about something here.
I think it's a timeout.
Well,
wasn't it a timeout?
Was it a timeout? Okay.
Referee's timeout.
Referee's timeout, yeah. How many matches do you have left to referee?
2.
2.
Had 2 in the morning on the water pose.
Yeah.
And one is deck and one down in the water.
Now have the team captains come on.
And will you be in Berlin at Champions Cup?
Sure.
Okay. And are you doing the junior championship in Sandefjord? They haven't called you.
I don't know about this.
Ah, okay. You're not going then, because it's next week. You would know.
Next week we got a round in the Czech league, so we have to be there, play there,
Yes.
and referee there.
I miss the Czech players. I haven't seen Pavel in a couple of years at least. They didn't go to the World Championship. They're not. It's Czech play is in depression, or
Yeah, but they will be in Berlin.
they will be in Berlin. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to Champions Cup, so I would like to, but I can't go to everything. So how, the Czech clubs are reviving, growing now, or still in a
I don't
stagnation?
think so. Czech Cups are as they are. They don't train a lot.
no?
They haven't seen a lot of young players coming up, so they are the Czech boys. They are the young players combined in a team. They are pretty good, but the teams are still the same. So no change at the players.
No. And the women's team has been. There was some development with the Czech women players that seemed to have disappeared.
Well, I think they are kind of equal with the Austrian women. I think last time we won.
So they are playing. They do have
So
some.
they are playing. Yeah.
Okay. So then they collect the different Czech women players, put them into a team, and play against Austrian women.
Yeah. that's
Okay.
right.
So it's a friendly international match that happens once a year.
We have a time penalty for the white team, number 19. 2 minutes. For wedging in the basket, number 19.
Okay.
2 minutes.
So this Hannes Hoffman is got a wedging call against him. Shoulder in the basket.
Free throw for the blue team.
So that means that
White number 19.
power play against Vienna now.
Again holding. So the referee, they see that the white team, the goalkeeper,
White number 19.
getting a too close contact
2
to the
minute
ball.
penalty for wedging in the basket.
So Hannes Hoffman is now sitting in the penalty box.
It's one of your goalkeepers with a beard. Maybe we got the number wrong. I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe it's not Hoffman.
It's against the it's a delayed call.
So the question is Hoffman is just called based on the beard, the player with the beard? So Vienna now is facing the power play, and he jerked the arm of the flipper player. It didn't hurt him, but it was indicative of a desire to, I don't know, there was some emotion in this. Now he drops the ball on the bottom. Rasmussen passes over to the left. And it was Hannes Hoffman who was sent out. It should be two Fs, shouldn't it? Hoffma. You don't know. All right. So Flipper looking to add to their lead, and the pass goes behind the back. The forward's there, but they're on the other side, and
It was a very good move of the goalkeeper.
the goalkeeper seized it. Yeah.
Because he was lifting the goalkeeper out, trying to get the ball into, but the goalkeeper was turning himself around and was able to grab the ball.
Yes. It's the last second move.
Yeah.
Every goalkeeper must be able to do it, but you cannot depend on it all the time because it's in itself it creates risk. But sometimes it's the only thing you can do. It's the best thing.
Exactly.
So Vienna clinging to the ball on the surface, and it was the
Free throw.
what was that called for?
Yeah, holding.
Holding. Okay.
White free throw. White free throw call. White free throw call.
As you mentioned, the other player telling
White
that
team.
the Flipper is getting frustrated. I think if
You haven't called the
penalty
timeout, please.
probably wasn't given because of the foul, grip on the equipment and the mask, Flipper probably really would be frustrated.
Yeah.
So now they are in a better position. They are not that
Of course, a
frustrated.
lead helps.
So you know this kind of situations or this kind of results actually from a decision can influence the whole game.
Yeah, of course, absolutely, and also it's very clear that if a team has a 1-0 lead for whatever reason, a good call by the referees, a bad call, a good player, that to lose your lead, to go back to 1-1, it's always a blow psychologically for many teams that they think we got a lead and then they lose it. That can some teams can really collapse after that.
Warning, white number 9. Blue free throw.
A warning to
Number 9.
that's Juan
Juan Eraso.
Eraso. He's from Colombia.
Yeah. But he's actually not living in Colombia right now. So
No, is he living in
Paris?
No, I think Amsterdam right
Amsterdam,
now.
okay.
But he's training with us. He's playing with us. Whenever we trained as team, he was with us.
He goes.
At all the training camps. And he plays for us since 3-4 years.
Locked up on the surface here, and Vienna struggling to get possession of this ball, and they lose it, and it's by their own basket. Flipper dumps the ball down on the bottom, and it's snatched up. Is that Hannes Hoffman or who it was?
Yeah, clear.
So,
Strangling. Wide free throw.
Choking called against Flipper.
You've seen it absolutely clear
Yeah.
on the back.
So Vienna is allowed to put the ball into play, and they lose it immediately. And maybe that was even an example of the 2-meter rule not being followed, because for one player to grab the player who gets the pass so quickly, then you have to wonder if they were 2 meters away. But
We haven't seen when the pass was given.
what?
We haven't seen when the pass was given. The camera
No, we didn't
wasn't
see
on.
it. No, we didn't. Okay, Flipper working to try and shake it up. The player with the ball is not able to pass it cleanly. Oh no, it's gone back and forth. Now it's Flipper again. Now it's,
Now come on.
yes, there we go. That was a difficult
Goal
struggle
for
there.
the blue team, scored by number 39. Scored by number 39. Assisted by... Who made the assist? Unassisted.
So that was Joran Kristoffersen, the veteran goalie,
No
who
assist.
scored that goal. He took the ball himself, so there was no assist, and he just put it in the empty basket.
The failure was to get the ball. The problem was that Juan wasn't able to get the ball out.
No,
Timeout disallowed. You've failed in your video review challenge. So you lose your timeout. Now, yes, you can make changes now, yeah, when the game is stopped.
so Vienna has called timeout. They thought that they
Now
were
get ready to start. Get ready to start.
our players exchanged now.
No, they tried to.
They tried,
That's the reason. Was the reason for the timeout.
but they didn't manage, or well, we don't know. So
That they can change, but they don't have timeout for the change.
no. Okay, I understand. So they called timeout thinking that they could change, but
Yes.
they didn't have a timeout to call.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So there was no change and there was no timeout.
Marcos Mima is coming in and Andreas Jufan is going out.
Okay. Vienna coming in to the goal, locked up. There's Tor Hammer Nielsen, the enforcer. He's like a
As you said, locked up.
yeah. And Claude Larsen passes. Over on the other side, Flipper's working, and a pass underneath the back, and now they've got a good angle on the goal. So it's a difficult situation for Vienna. Vienna's pushed them away and tried to get their goalie back. The action floats upwards, and struggling. Vienna back and forth. Really a big effort great effort by the Vienna player there to chase the ball and then grab the person who got it by the legs, because he must have been tired by then. And he knew that if he didn't do it, nobody else would, so he stayed down and made that effort. Now, Vienna has the ball, getting away. Very heads-up play.
Come on.
Surface fight. No. Down to the bottom. Vienna fetches the ball and goes up. Looking for an outlet, looking for a pass. Nobody's there. And he's really locked up until his teammate comes in from the other side and takes over. A little under 3 minutes remaining in the match.
2 minutes penalty, attacking the head in the surface. White number. Blue free throw. White number 3, 2 minutes.
So Andreas Tansman sent off for striking the head. Tansman out on the side here. That will give Flipper power play. And with 2:43 on the clock, that's enough time to certainly to rack up a goal. Passing around.
You got the penalty.
Oh. Oh, nice chance for Vienna here. It was one-on-one with the goalie, but he couldn't quite close the final distance there. Flipper controlling the ball. Oh,
holding. White free throw.
so Vienna will have the ball with this a free throw due to holding, and time is running out. 1 minute left in the game, roughly. A 2-0 deficit to make up is not really possible in 1 minute. Could happen, but unlikely. So
1 minute remaining of the game. 1 minute.
yes, that's 20 seconds remaining. Oh, tied up on the surface, 54 seconds, 53. This game is, well, Robert, I'd say this was a good game for Vienna. I said 3-0 would be a success, a 3-goal differential, and it seems like it will end with a 2-goal differential.
Blue free throw.
But actually, Vienna could have won this game with a little bit of if one of the good goal scoring attempts, there were 2 or 3, if they had scored, then they could have.
Well, you asked me at the beginning if what I would think is a good result. I think this is not a good result because, from my opinion, it's not 100% fair because there was a grip on the mask at the penalty, and if the penalty wasn't given, I think Flipper would have made some more mistakes, getting more aggressive.
Yeah.
And then I think this would have opened a chance for Vienna to score.
That's the end of the game here. So yeah, I can see your point of view. But anyway, not a disastrous result by any means. It was a tough game.
It's a very good result comparing to
the
last
past
year.
Yeah.
So and it's more of a proof that Vienna should stay in this league.
Yes, that question. We have to ask questions.
You asked this question yesterday.
We have to ask them, yeah. I think it's a good question.
And if you see Flipper, they are very happy about this 2-0. It could have been 1-1 as well.
Yes. That's good. Well, take a break now. Thank you very much, Robert. You're welcome back anytime.